Hey guys, it is Sonia. Everybody's piling in. How are you guys tonight? What are you up to? How was your day? Tell me all about it. Was it a good one? Don't tell me if it was a bad one. I only want to hear about the good ones, all right? There's always something good in every day. So we actually just finished up watching one of our favorite shows together. It comes on, I guess this is Wednesday night. Is it the Sci-Fi Channel?
No, it's
What channel does it come on?
FX.
FX. Okay, if you have that channel. And tell them what the name of the show is so I don't mess it up.
What we do in the shadows.
Yes, What We Do in the Shadows. Do you guys watch that show? It is so funny. I'm picking off the little bit of milk paint that I have left on my little mixer upper from last night. So it's fun to just kind of pick it off. Hey, Carol, how are ya? So Matt's here with me. I'm here, and we've got our guest of honor tonight, which is this lovely stool. I might have to back it up. Back it up, sister. Let's see here. We're going on a ride. Let me see. All right, you see it? This is going to be our flip tonight. And you might have been with me on the vlog here. Guys, you know what? As I was just getting ready to go live here, YouTube kind of brings me up and shows me a few stats that I have on my channel here, and it just blew me away because I'm always creating and making and doing videos and sharing with you guys. And I think it said we have 600 and either 50, I think it was 52 videos or 72 videos. I mean, on YouTube alone right now, right? And we have hundreds as well on Facebook. We have
like almost 1,200 on Facebook.
We have a lot of videos out there, right? So who's been around with us for a long, long time? You might remember a lot of those videos. It's interesting to go back and, not interesting, it's awful to go back and look at yourself back in the day. We've been doing live videos since 2014. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, you can change a lot over those years. It's so weird I don't even like to watch my videos from way back then because I'm like, oh, cringy. Hey, Rashonda. Hello, Robin's on here. And you loved all of them. But thank you for being along on the journey, like I say. So we got this piece here on one of our vlogs. We went over to our friend Ross's store, Stonehouse Jack's, here in Titusville, Pennsylvania. I'm up by Lake Erie, by the way, if you're just joining us. And he loves to go out and find stuff like this, and I love to go over and find stuff to get from him to paint, right? So this stool is one that I got. I think I paid like either $10 or $12 for it. And it's just got an old paint already onto it. It's stained. It's just like, it's been around the block, right? So it needs some new love, but I picked it up, and even though it has a crack in the top, are you like me that, if you're going to use something like this, it's still braced. Somebody went and put a nice brace of wood across the back of it, but I'll get things like this. Yeah, exactly, right? It's well loved. But things like this that I just see sitting in the corner with some paint onto it, distressed a little bit, and maybe just holding a flower, this is going to be just perfect for that, right? Just gives it some character, makes it look interesting. So tonight we're going to do you want to do some shout outs there, Matt? Because I'm going to go ahead and get my milk paint ready as he plays with the dinosaur over there. Go say hello to everybody.
I was laughing. I was thinking something totally different.
What are you thinking about?
I was laughing.
I'm going to pull you guys back just a little bit so you can see more.
I'm coming to you live from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of Laszlo in last week's episode where he said,
I
went to Pennsylvania because it sounded like Transylvania, but it's nothing like it.
Yeah. So, that's a good view right there. You guys can really see.
So, anyways.
Give me a yes if that's a good view.
Hello to Shirley and Mercedes and Carol and... it's funny,
So does anybody watch that show, What We Do in the Shadows?
Linda.
Anybody out there besides us? It's a really funny comedy about vampires that live in the neighborhood, right? They live in the neighborhood. They're trying to fit in, and it's a comedy. It's absolutely hilarious. So I'd be curious to find out if any of you guys watch it as well. So I've got a little container here. So when I do this, like to mix up my milk paint, you can use like bowls. Like this was the color we did last night. Did you see it on our beautiful, we painted this. Then on Facebook, I painted some candle holders. Really, really nice. But you can use things like bowls. You can use mason jars if you want to do that. You can rinse them out and reuse them. For me, when I have sliced meats, the little containers with the cheeses and stuff like that, this is a perfect little thing to use, when you're mixing up your milk paint. So this is what I'm going to use. Yep, go for it. Continue. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Allen on here. I haven't I haven't been on, so I haven't seen people forever.
Yeah, say hey to them,
Kim
please.
Gangle's on.
Kim's on.
There's Mel on the way to you.
Right, we were just, yeah, absolutely.
So,
Wrote a love note to you today, my friend.
It's
All right.
it was 68
We're gonna do
here
gray.
today, and then it got colder. I just turned the heat up.
Oh, that's a good idea. I love those cute little yogurt bottles.
Neat yogurt bottles.
Yeah, have you ever seen those? Oh, they're so
Oh,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, a little bit of the same thing. So 1/4 cup. I was just showing you guys. Get some measuring cups for yourself at the dollar store and just keep them, in your stash, your paint stash.
Oh,
And then
I
just do equal parts.
see you inherited some spoons with those too.
So
Those spoons look awfully familiar.
they were all joined in together. I think you may have possibly bought them for the kitchen, and I may have possibly stole them.
Just like everything else.
Hey, look! Hey, look! A baby squirrel. Look over there.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
The baby wolf.
So we're gonna do some gray tonight because I was looking at the colors. Remember you can see behind us the 10 paint colors. I'll show them in a second again for anybody who missed them.
Oh yeah.
But we have 10 new paint colors.
Yes.
And since this stool is green, I thought, you know what, instead of painting with the greens, I'm gonna go with a gray because gray is gonna work perfect. Go ahead.
You guys crushed the Neptune.
I know, right?
That was ridiculous.
How quickly it came and went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, the Neptune color that we painted with last night went out of
Holy
stock
smokes.
earlier today, which is like insane, but insanely awesome. I'm so happy that you guys scored some, and you're going to get to play with it too, because it's a beautiful color,
It's
right?
not having issues. There isn't a moment I'm not having issues on Linda. Unfortunately.
So, so the color we're going to use tonight is our gray. I got to get used to myself because you guys just helped me name these names the other night. So what do we end up calling this? See who remembers.
Don't ask me if
I remember it.
I don't.
My monkey spoons are still here, Dana. Actually, they're here kicking around my table somewhere. These little guys right here. My monkey spoons. Monkey spoons. Just do equal parts, right? So I'm stirring up right now my water into my, yes, gray goose. You know, Carol, we were having this discussion the other night because in Canada, we spell our gray with an A. And down here,
spell with an E. We spell with an A.
It's like backwards from down here. See, I've been down here for so long, I can't remember. And I
We
typed it
spell
the other
with
night.
an-
I'm like, wait a second. Is it gray with an A or gray with an E?
You guys up there spell with an E, and we spell with an A.
It's like color is like O-U-R. I had to get used to spelling it O-R down here.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's a bunch of words like that that are just really, really different. So the other night when we were calling this gray goose, one of you guys suggested this name. We loved it. And so, yep, we're going to do it. I couldn't remember if it was an A or an E in gray.
Barbara
oh, my
said,
goodness.
I can't hear Matt. Am I supposed to? Only if you want to.
You never know.
Yeah.
I never know. Just a guess. All right, so here we go. It's thickening up, and there you go. You've got your beautiful paint. Now, remember that our milk paint, this is, like Miss Petunia Monkey, right? Don't forget her right here, Crazy Monkey. So if you're painting with milk paint, I have no idea how your piece is going to turn out, all right?
Oh, people are going to get to see the new milk paint labels soon.
Oh, yeah.
We have new milk paint labels.
Yep, they'll be going out on all the new colors.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get to see those, absolutely.
You're shaking.
I'm shaking the table. Oh, sorry about that. I was leaning on the table. All right, I'm just stirring it up. Obviously, you want to stir well to get all the clumps out.
I noticed it was shaking because it was rubbing on my bad arm.
I was doing the shaky leg.
That's right.
Shaky leg.
How are you feeling tonight
Ooh, look at
after
that.
the
Perfect.
fall? Funny you should ask. That just came in at perfect time.
I know. He held his arm up today when we were packing his shipping. I'm like, babe, your arm does not look good.
Yeah, y'all want to see it? I can show it to you.
I'm sure they don't want to see a purple bruise, okay? Don't be that person, Matt, that posts your body online. And, I don't want to see your bloody toe or anything like that, right?
Are you body shaming me?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you that I just...
Remember that time that I was trying to show Riley how to do a skateboard trick? And we put a new floor in at the house.
Yeah.
And Oak was sitting there and I flew off.
Yes,
and
I
almost cut my
remember.
toe off on the
Yes,
floor.
I remember. Oh, good golly. I'm going to add a little tiny bit more. I'm going to put too much water. So I'm going to adjust my levels just a little bit. Remember, you can do that.
So,
I'm going to thicken it up a little bit.
so if you're ever wondering if you could use a piece of wood to cut something, yes, you can.
Huh?
The floor, I hit my toe off the edge of the
Oh.
floor. Remember, it's the sharp edge of the oak?
Yes.
And I almost cut my toe clear
You
off.
shouldn't be skateboarding, Matt, at your
Yes.
age.
In the house, no less.
So this stool is, I will tell you that it's an older stool. And while it's been painted before, it's pretty thirsty because it's pretty old, right? Like it needs some love. There's parts of it that has a little bit of shine to it, but really not a lot. So Miss Petunia may not even want to fall off of this. I have no idea. So if she sticks on because this is hungry, thirsty wood, that's okay because we can distress, right, with a sand block. So you can distress the milk paint just like you can with our clay and mineral type paint. Same sort of thing. The only thing is if Miss Petunia wants to slide off, she will, right? Pickles, he does what he's told. Yeah. So tell me about your day. Tell me what you got into, all that fun stuff. What did you have for supper? Come on, you know how we tell each other things.
Can you glaze over your milk paint? Yes, absolutely.
Good question. You sure can. And just to let you know that the milk paint, is, you guys have been asking for us to make it in bigger sizes because you love it.
Not the milk paint.
I'm sorry, you're right. Thank you. The glaze, because you wanted bigger sizes, and so that is one of the things that we've been working on.
That's why you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's changing the look. It's changing the size.
We had to go back to the lab.
So it'll be out, we hope, in the within maybe, next week or so. Yep. We say week. As soon as we have it, we'll, obviously share it with you guys. And if you're here watching on YouTube, you'll probably know first because this is where we tell you what's actually going on. And for those of you who I was sharing with that, I'm trying to think, do I want to go over here? Yeah, I usually go around with my legs.
Yeah, that's what you told him last night.
Yeah, well, I always do that. But I
didn't make dinner, didn't feel up to cooking today.
No. I had a late supper, and we did our late night mail drop off, catching UPS by 8 o'clock tonight. So we finished working about, oh my gosh, by the time we got home,
it was almost 9.
It was almost 9 o'clock tonight. We finished up work.
We ate.
And then we ate. I made a pizza tonight for supper. You are, do you like it so far, Patty? She's flipping her kitchen to antique lace. And she also made, did you say rice and beans for supper, or did I just imagine that? Did I catch that before it disappeared?
Oh,
I love that, yeah. I do.
Linda and Belinda had yogurt for dinner. You guys can hang out and have dinner some night if you guys just have a yogurt dinner.
You know what I haven't had in a long time
What?
that I used to really love? Remember I used to eat a lot of yogurt and granola?
That's what I'm saying.
I
used to stick some weird stuff in yogurt.
What?
Yep.
Berries and stuff
What's
like that.
up? Well, yeah.
I do. I really like the vanilla yogurt, and then when you get the granola to put in with it, oh, that's good. That's good stuff. And then if you get some fruit to throw in,
Patty likes it.
Yay!
You said about the
what?
Kitchen. She said about.
Oh, good. I just realized this is really bright, guys. I want you to be able to see that it's kind of gray. Can you see that? A little bit better there.
It looks like it's glowing.
So this is a very, very light baby gray. We called it together, of course, with your help. Gray Goose. I think that's really a cool name.
Rebecca just finished a drum table in midnight blue. Beautiful.
Oh, you know what? I love drum tables, and that's a classy color. Drum tables are just so sophisticated. You put a nice, like a black or a red. I've done a lot of drum tables in red, like red apple.
Yes.
Oh, it looks so good. Every single one of them is sold.
What is a J-Rex sub? You have my attention. I am a hoagie guy. Subs.
What'd she say it was?
She said a J-Rex sub.
Never heard of it.
Curious, yes.
J-Rex. Okay, I don't know.
Kim made a pizza on the air fryer with naan.
You did pizza in the air fryer. Oh, naan. I do love naan. Yes. See, I'm a bread person. Growing up, Mom would make bread, and we survived on bread. When she made homemade bread, it was the best, and it did not last long. We very rarely had store-bought bread. She would always make it, and oh my goodness, fill up on bread. It's a wonder that I didn't fall overboard and go straight to the bottom.
I'd like to have a nice piece of fish. I haven't had fish.
Fish? Is that what somebody had?
Diana Lawson said had haddock in the air fryer with Brussels sprouts.
Oh, that sounds good. Very healthy too. Yeah, before I developed a shellfish allergy, me and Matt would do a lot of even fishing ourselves, like
I love fish. Yeah.
Like we would go out and we go trout, like for trouting, and just have a little cook up in the woods and all that stuff.
Using Grey Goose.
Yep.
So, okay, let me go through here real quick.
You gotta say Grey, because we just watched The Vampires.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's what they say, Grey.
Working on a chunky 80s side table in Woodland Fairy and Black Glaze.
Yeah, have my attention.
Deb she said her granddaughter's into Barbies and she found my Junk Monkey paint stash. She used vintage white to make a cardboard Barbie house. There you go. Patty's working on a porch sign with red apple. Penny, she's using Grey Goose milk paint.
Yep.
Deborah says, I love yogurt, granola, and blueberries.
Yes, good combination. Good combination.
Linda says, homemade bread is my drug of choice.
Yep.
Yo, Linda.
Yeah, I love the bread.
Yeah, I make a lot of bread.
Matt, you know what? You haven't made in a while, but I was going to say, Matt makes, what I really like that he makes is he'll do the mini loaves of bread. Do you remember when you do that? You cut them off, the top of them, and then you dig them out.
Soup
and
bowls.
we do the soup into the bread.
Yeah, bread bowls.
We haven't had bread bowls in a while. That's good.
Yeah.
I do like that.
So, anyways, announcement. Riley's starting the Big 2-0 tomorrow.
Yes, our son Riley.
So, anyways. So, we're going to go out shopping for him tomorrow. That's
We're going to take him out tomorrow and make a special day out of it for him.
Early.
Yep. Yes,
so,
we are.
If we're not on till late, you'll know why.
If we don't come back, they're still outside.
Hey Sharon, how are you?
It's not like there's many places we can go though.
We can go wherever we want.
Go through the drive-through. You know what I miss having? I miss having like a sit-down steak meal or something like that. Riley likes steak.
I don't.
He's a carnivore. Well, you got sick the last time we had steak, so it's kind of.
Well, I think it was the ribs that made me sick.
Oh yeah, ribs. I had steak. No, I had chicken. Riley had steak.
Yeah.
All right, I do like that. I like a little bit of the green coming through.
Yeah, the one time I was like on a rib kick and I had ribs and it just happened to be at a steak place. So now I'm like, whenever I see a steak place, I'm like, ugh.
I know what that's like when you
like I can make a steak.
Food makes you sick. And
Yeah,
you just,
I can
like,
make a
can't
steak.
go
That
back.
wouldn't be an issue. I just don't know if I can go back to that restaurant.
I gotcha.
I'm sorry. Even Riley said the other night, he was like, oh, I can't wait to have one of those steaks. And I'm like looking at him going,
Don't make me go back.
you're not going, you mom can go. I will
Sit in the car.
I'll sit in the car, yeah.
I think there might be a donut place across from it, so you'll be fine.
Krispy Kreme. They do have a Krispy Kreme.
Let's poll the audience here for their favorite donuts, okay?
All right.
Now, me and Matt will always have this debate because, being from
Krispy
Canada, I grew up with Tim Hortons, right? That's like the lifeline. Now, he took me to Krispy Kreme, and they make them fresh on site. So I thought that was pretty amazing and pretty darn delicious as well, right? But what's your favorite donut? Oh, somebody just asked, did I get the ring sizer yet? You know what? We just took it out of the package
I'm over here
tonight,
playing with
out
it.
of the mail.
I'm like playing with it, like I'm,
Yay! There
so
you go. If Matt doesn't listen, I'll just crack him with this stick.
Yeah, I've been playing with these.
Yes, we just got this come in tonight as we were opening our mail, which means for those of you who are interested in getting the spoon, what we call a junker jewelry, these are the spoon rings, which are really cool if you like chunky jewelry, and the bracelet, right? I mean, it's made of spoons. You can't damage it, can you?
Well, you have a friend.
Were you sizing yourself earlier? Yes. What size were you?
Oh
my
gosh.
gosh.
I don't like wearing rings.
Too funny.
I just never did.
This is how you
Rashonda said Shipley's is the best donut in Texas. Penny says Dunkin' Boston Creams.
Okay.
Is a maple bar and
Boston
donut.
cream is so good.
No, it's
Boston cream is my favorite kind of donut.
I grew up on Dunkin' Donuts, old fashioned, my favorite. I like a regular glazed donut, which is why I love Krispy Kreme.
You like
so
old
much.
fashioned too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the plain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you guys remember the vlog where we took you with us down
Jackie
to
says
Florida?
the best locally is Clark's out of Oil City.
We keep seeing those signs, Jackie, and we keep saying we got to check it out.
Yeah.
What's so good? Like,
Yeah,
how
but
do they
we don't know
compare?
where to get it because his store isn't open.
We keep driving by
yeah,
every
it
time we
always
go to
is
UPS.
closed, right?
And we moved in this area, so, you know, we
Jersey
have
Shore.
never had Clark's Donuts before. I like the name Clark's Donuts. I think of, what's the Christmas one with Clark? What's it?
National Lampoon's.
Thank you. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah.
So Linda likes Pan Dolce.
Deborah, that sounds good.
Okay. Where's that at? Where is Obco's on the Jersey Shore? Because we're at the Jersey Shore a lot. So where
is a donut place?
Yeah, on the Jersey Shore.
I'm down.
So we visit the Jersey Shore quite often when it's not shut down. Shipley's Donuts in Arkansas. There's another one that says Shipley Donuts.
Okay, we're gonna have to
There's
try
like
these.
2 Shipley Donuts.
That sounds like that might be
I think
a
that's 3
serious
Shipley
thing.
Donuts.
Okay.
Wow, that's a southern thing I do not know. Shaylin says, "Oh my God, Krispy Kreme for sure."
Oh, yum.
But Timmy's coffee is the best. I don't drink coffee, so I don't have to fight now.
Guys, when I moved up here, like living where we did before down below Pittsburgh, there is a Tim Hortons now in the Pittsburgh area. There's a lot of Canadian hockey players down there, and they put one in Pittsburgh, of course. You know what I mean? I'm sure the Pittsburgh Penguins love it. So then we're looking for a house, and you guys know we were looking to move and expand and find a new place to live, a new residence. And we found up here, and you know what? I passed a Tim Hortons coming up here, like it was 20 minutes away from here. And I kid you not, they just closed its doors just like last month. And I'm like, no, this is the only reason I moved here is for Tim Hortons.
Well, I think there's one in Corey. There's still all those ones up in the area.
Yeah, there's a ton around here though, so I can go and find some. But yeah, I'm so glad. I feel at home when I see the Tim Hortons sign.
Daylight Donuts.
And if you're daylight coming, we want to go for donuts.
The Timbits, yeah.
Yeah, those are good. I'm going to go over this with a second coat.
See, Billy Joe, I like the Tim Hortons sour cream glazed. I do. I get to move that.
Those are good.
But, you know, I'm the only one that eats those, apparently, everywhere I've been in Canada. So,
well, most people like the Boston cream. They like the chocolate
Donuts
dip.
around Buffalo, New York. I'll have to try those next time we go up to Niagara.
Oh, so I started to say about the Voodoo Donuts.
Dude, everybody's saying Shipley's.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, Voodoo Donuts.
Do Shipley's ship? Because we might have to get some
Did you, who all on here watched the vlog we did when we were down at Universal? And we got the Voodoo Donuts.
We watched that back, man, the other night.
Because Voodoo Donuts, you used to see it on like America's Best, you know, on the Travel Channel. Because they were out of Oregon. So when we went to Universal City Walk, we were shocked to see a Voodoo Donuts there. So we bought the dozen Voodoo Donuts. It was like almost like $50.
It was the most we'd ever spent for donuts.
Yeah, for a dozen donuts.
And they were so heavy to like haul home because we had to walk home with them.
Yeah, it was like
Matt carried them and I carried
3 miles. Like we took boats and everything to get back to the hotel. We were staying on property and it was like crazy,
with a big pink
right?
box of donuts.
So everybody's saying Shipley's, man. That must be the thing.
I'm gonna have to look them up. I wonder how like the
That's in
closest one.
Texas and Arkansas. And,
Oh, it's way over on that side?
yeah.
Okay, I gotta wait till I go back there then.
Maybe they'll have them in
Unless
Florida.
they ship. Come on, get with it. If we can ship Junk Monkey Paint, they can ship donuts.
Yeah, but that Voodoo Donuts were ridiculous, and you gotta eat them fresh because after a couple days, the toppings go. I think their donuts were decent, but the toppings were, and the stuffing was so over the top, it kind of killed.
It had like Captain Crunch on it.
Yeah, it killed the donut experience.
Do you remember it had like grape Kool-Aid sprinkled
Yeah, that was great.
It was weird.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah, and if you don't eat them fresh, they're not that.
See,
good.
I'm just such a simple girl. I just like the classic. Give me some chocolate and give me some donuts.
It took us 3 days. It took us 3 days to eat the donuts.
That was.
Yeah.
I think we
shame
had
on Claire,
gut pains for days.
Rashonda said, "Shame on Claire for not talking y'all to Shipley's."
I know, but we did go see Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
That was good. She told me I had to see
Brisket
Buc-ee's.
for the brisket, as they're saying it.
What?
That's their signs on their signs now. It says, "Risk it for the brisket."
What? Who says that?
Buc-ee's.
Does
That's
it?
the sign they have around Texas now.
I can't even remember that. You guys such good.
No, that's just now. That's
okay.
like the sign.
I remember seeing all the beaver. He's a beaver, isn't he?
Yeah, Buc-ee Beaver.
Yeah. He's a beaver, right?
Jeez.
All right. Okay, I only saw Buc-ee once in my life. Come on now.
Donuts. So, yeah.
I bought a bunch of t-shirts.
Hey, you know what? If Lisa Ann Morley's on here, she probably knows. But if y'all ever been to St. Augustine, we found a place
like that.
for chicken and biscuits in the morning.
That is nice.
Called the Maple Street Biscuit Company.
Yes, we dream of going back.
Yes, it's amazing. And
We want
by the
next
way,
door, just
yeah,
to that place.
it was like they have like chicken biscuit with fried goat cheese and like pepper jelly over it. It's good. But we found out that Cracker Barrel had just bought them.
Yes.
So now it's going to be up and down the East Coast.
Which is good for everybody.
Yeah, so if you see...
Hopefully they keep the same...
Yeah, I don't think that it'll have the same little charm as the...
original.
Little place tucked in the middle of, the
downtown.
colonial quarter of St. Augustine, but it's a pretty amazing concept.
Yeah, that was good. Food is good, right? Like, food is...
Joyce says, hi y'all, Tennessee here, and yes...
Hey, Joyce!
So obviously they made it the whole way to Tennessee. So when we go back to Chattanooga to see a soccer game,
yep,
we're gonna have to see if they have them. Chattanooga.
Now we know. Now we know.
Or I'll tell Renee.
The more you know.
I'll tell my cousin Renee, who now lives in Tennessee, that her and
she should get some to send us up some.
Yeah, her and her family will be on the lookout for shit loose donuts.
Alright, so if you're just joining us, we are milk painting the stool that I got at a thrift store for a few bucks, and it's going to be a cute little decorative piece I'm going to put in the corner. You can put some flowers onto it, a couple stacked books and a flower, can you picture it? And we're using the milk paint. So Miss Petunia is behaving herself on this piece, which I kind of expected because it was old and hungry and thirsty. It doesn't have a lot of gloss left on it, so I'm going to do some distressing though and play with Miss Petunia just a little bit. The milk paint's easy to distress, and we'll get some of the green to come through. So I think the green and the gray will look good together.
So Diane says chocolate milk French coolers. And Linda says my friend Dottie lives in St. Augustine. Well, here's the secret, Linda. St. Augustine might be a landing spot for the monkey someday.
We love St. Augustine.
Yeah, we really liked it. It's a small town, and it's close enough to everything.
Yeah.
And it just has that little vibe that I like. Great beach.
We have a dream of spending some time in the year in Florida.
Right.
You know, we'll see how it all manifests out, but...
Indiana, y'all make me hungry talking about all these foods and sweets.
I know.
So Carol went to
Food's
Bucky's
so
Saturday.
good. She went where?
Bucky's.
Did you?
And then Shaylin.
Did you get the nuggets? I think that's what they call them, isn't it?
The nuggets. Get the nuggets, beaver nuggets.
The beaver nuggets, yes.
Shaylin says, boy, I sounded really West Virginia there. I sounded nothing like Texas. I went back to the West Virginia hills. Shaylin says there's a place in Syracuse called Funk and Waffles.
Woo!
Even a Thanksgiving
Syracuse,
plate
New
with
York?
waffles. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you all see that Pier 1 is going out of business?
I know, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my mouth dropped when I saw that. Holy smokes.
Linda says, I'm partial to California. Well, Linda, I know you are, but I'd say if you saw St. Augustine, I think you might like St. Augustine too.
Yeah, are you close to the beach, Linda, where you are?
Oxnard, she's not far.
No?
From the coast, no.
Did you spend a lot of time on the beach over there? Do tell. All right, so I've got some wet spots a little bit, but you guys know that I like to do a little wet distressing, which is where you grab your sand block and you start the distressing part while it's still a little bit wet. It just gives you some different looks with your paint as it cools off. Ooh, I love that. I'll show you up close in just a second. But Miss Petunia did a great job. So if you have a piece, oh, I like that right there. Let me kind of show you. So I'm starting to distress, and I'm starting to, so I went over with the chip brush, left a little bit of the green coming through, and now I'm going to distress to bring down to the green. 8 to 10 minutes from the beach. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Joanne says, where's St. Augustine? It is in Florida.
It's the oldest city in America?
Yeah, oldest city in America.
In North America, they say?
Continuously
Yeah,
inhabited.
that's
so
what it is, yeah.
500 years. I mean, St. John's, I'd say it's pretty close to the tie between St. John's and Newfoundland and there, which I thought was funny that the big party street in St. John's, Newfoundland is George Street, and the big party street in St. Augustine is George Street. So there you go. But it's very Spanish and French and English, you know, 1700s. Very, very piratey. If you're into that.
It's cool. If you go back, you'll see my vlogs when I'm walking through and doing a live with you guys.
The old city. They haven't shut down. Like
music and art shows, which I thought was awesome.
Well, it's neat going through the old gates of the city.
Yeah, that was
from back
amazing.
in the 1500s.
They have a Ripley's, believe it or not, there.
Well, that's where the Ripley's is. That was his mansion and the Ripley's castle.
So if you're into that, that's a good place to go check out. Yeah, we had a great time when we were down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, check it out. Go inside and look it up. It's pretty neat. And I was really surprised that, you know, you always think St. Augustine growing up, it being an old city and stuff. You think it's a big city, but what? It only has 1,200 residents, right?
Yeah, it's not big at all.
And then you go across the beach, St. Augustine Beach. Yeah, it's not a big place at all. I thought it was a huge place, right? Nope.
You guys have a favorite place? That's your go-to place?
I like the Keys.
Keys are good.
Keys are good.
I want to go down and sightsee. We're going to do a whole vlog down there at Keys. I want to go down. They also have this bike. Is it trail? I don't know what it is. Matt, you told me about it.
The bike, they don't have it completed, but
you can bike down there?
Along the old railroad, the old overseas railroad.
I'd love to go biking down there. Love it. Okay, so Miss Petunia stuck really well. Oh, Amy, did you live in Alaska? Let me see if I turn this down. You can see it again. I'll turn it down, turn it way up. Does that make a difference, Matt? Can you really see that? You can see it a little bit more, right?
I can't really because I'm behind.
Can you guys see that? So this is what it looks like right now. So you're gonna really see it come to life because I am about, obviously when you sand, it just mutes everything down. But the moment that you seal, it just makes everything come back to life, full vibrancy again. So this color is Gray Goose, very, very light gray, right?
I like the Hurricane.
Oh, thanks, Penny. She says she's got a little change in her pocket. She's gonna go get some paint. Very nice. Well, have some fun. So
Dana
the distress
says,
is really easy. The milk paint does. Go ahead, sorry.
Dana says, hurricane weather. Well, in the 90s, I went through, how many hurricanes did I get through?
I don't know. I've never been through a hurricane.
I always like the hurricanes.
Now, what am I going to find to paint? Because I got so much paint left over. Oh, by the way, just so I don't forget. Somebody asked me last night, like, if you are not doing something that's hungry and thirsty, and you want Miss Petunia to stick and to help her stick her butt down and not slide off, what would you use and how much would you use, right? We were talking about the extra bond, which is this stuff right here, okay? This is my stash. See, I had to put my name on it. Like, nope, this is mine. And basically, this is the stuff that you would pour into your paint mixture. And I was trying to think the best way to describe it to you, because we probably all mix up the milk paint amounts in varying amounts, whether you do just a little bit, a spoonful for a sign, or a little bit more for, you know, this. Like I could do out of one bag, multiple pieces of little furniture or one big piece of furniture, right? So it makes a pint of paint. But here is pretty much the rule of thumb when you're adding the extra bond. The easiest way to think about it is do a 2-to-1 ratio. So basically, whatever I have in here, if I mix up a cup of paint, for example, and I wanted to make sure that this mixture made this color stick down, then I would do a 1/2 cup of this. So 2-to-1, right? So whatever the stash that you have mixed up, half it, and whatever half that amount would be, that would be the amount that you would put of this into it, all right? So if you did a tablespoon, right, of paint, you would put in 1/2 tablespoon of this. If you did a cup of paint mixture, like fully mixed, you would put in a 1/2 cup of this. So the easiest way to think about it is 2-to-1, just half of whatever you have created. Does that make sense? Give me a yes. That's the easiest way to think about it. That way it works for no matter how much you guys make up, right?
That's so funny.
Okay.
I just looked in the dates. It was
Monkey shine. And my brush. Go ahead.
It was 5 hurricanes.
That you went through?
Yeah, during the 90s, remember?
Never been through a hurricane.
Well, there was 4 on land and then 1 out at sea. And then we did 1 typhoon, which is a hurricane in the Pacific.
Yeah, you were in the Marine Corps, right?
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm sure that you were enjoying those, right?
I did.
Don't tell me that you were like the ones with the parachute on your back running down the hallway.
You weren't supposed to say it. Joseph.
The silence gives it away, man.
You realize Joseph was that.
Listen.
I upped that game because I put on rollerblades.
I am here to keep Matt alive, okay? You put rollerblades on and a parachute in a hurricane.
No, it was a poncho.
A poncho.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes it better. Oh, okay.
It was hard when I hit Gunny's car, but anyways, it was fun.
That's terrible.
It was fun what happened.
I'm sure. We all look back and go, what were we thinking?
Yeah, see, Amy went through one in Fort Bragg, probably one of the same ones, right?
Oh, you lived down at Fort Bragg? Did you really, Amy?
Yep. Old Fort Bragg. So.
I like how that pops through right there. I'll bring you up close for a quick visit in just a second.
Yep.
I'm adding on my Monkey Shine right now, and basically you're gonna swoosh it all over with your brush. You know, if you have a flat surface, do as much as possible in round circles. When you do that, you're hitting and plugging off all those paint pores, and then when you go to buff off, all the stuff lays down, therefore you have a nice resist created, right?
Amy said, no tell guys do dumb stuff. Well, I can tell you some of the dumb stuff. For about 10 years,
Matt.
You can find me twice a year at the corner.
If you say that you're dumb stuff now, you realize it will be recorded forever and ever in history on the internet, okay? So I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Well, for 10 years, you could find me on the corner of Chicken and Plank Road twice a year, every October and every April.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Try to bum a ride over to Main Side.
Oh, my.
Penny says, oh my gosh, you sold out of Neptune one day? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
We did.
Y'all are animals.
This is the...
Animals!
The willow, not the willow, what am I saying? What we ended up calling it? Gray Goose. Gray Goose. That was the other one I really like. But it's the other name. But we went with Gray Goose. But this is a beautiful light gray, baby gray color.
Oh.
Let me come up here so you can see here. Let's see here. Would you turn that light down for me just a little bit? I know it's dark in here.
Who am I, your light boy?
Down a little bit, right there. Let's see, it's probably because I got a light on the top too. Our chandelier's coming down on it.
Yeah, it's all
but basically, you want to go in circles.
It looks like the moon.
Yes. Shine bright like a diamond. All right, we're going to go all over this. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so pretty. It's because the milk paint is really, really light, it's really easy to distress. So even if you don't like chippy, but you use it over a piece that's really porous and really hungry, thirsty, and it sucks it up, just know that you can distress it. And it's because it's so light, it's beautiful. Look at that. Can you see all that? Now I'm about to go ahead and buff this down a little bit, but I think that's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, Penny, best bet is put in the email, and whenever it comes back in.
Yep. You can get it on the next shipment.
You shall be notified.
And just to let you know, speaking of next shipment, that these wax brushes, the Junk Monkey wax brushes that we built these from scratch. These are our brushes, and we worked with a manufacturer here in the USA to get them made, but it takes them a long time to build them.
We are all made in the USA.
We are. So, what was I gonna say? So they should be in any day. So if you want to get the alert, whatever, that's how to get the alert, is to go to the actual item that says out of stock and then put in your email, and it just sends you off a quick alert. So that way you know when they come back in stock, and you can be one of the first to grab them. Because this will be the second load that we have coming in.
Yeep.
Got it.
Alright.
Love what I'm seeing. All right, we're buffing it off. Remember, when you buff, just make sure that it is nice and dry, okay? You know you've done a good job when you buff and you feel it and it feels dry to the touch. Turn your rag over again to a nice dry spot. That way you keep, I always say it's like blotting your lips, like the moisturizer part gets in to the actual pores, and then you take the excess off the top. So it's like wax on, wax off, right? But this is our wax is a beeswax oil finish, so you've got two things working for you here. You've got the beeswax, but you've also got all that nurturing oil as well. Oh, what does Indiana say? Oh, can you catch it on your end? It kind of faded on mine.
So what about if y'all already wax it and decide to put a stencil because it's too plain?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
All I
have
would
to
do.
remove the net wax?
No, I mean, you obviously want to think about it because I just put my Fresh Monkey Shine on here right now and it's a resist. It works to keep this piece protected. So if I right now went, oh, I should have put a stencil on it, right? Put your stencil on it before you seal. Your sealer should always be your final thing, like taking the picture. You got everything in place, then you take the picture, AKA you seal, whether you seal it with the Monkey Shine or the banana peel poly or one of the metallic polys, right? That's your end step. But if in this case right now, I'm looking at this going, you know what? I just sealed this and I wish I put a stencil. Could I? I still could if I really wanted to. I could cheat. I'd buff it really, really good and dry. Then I would go ahead and take my sand block and I'd scuff it up really lightly. All right. And then I would go ahead and put my stencil and then I'd let that dry. And then I would do the same process again, seal over the top of it. So you can come back if you want to do that.
What was the jarhead doing in Fort Bragg? Well, somebody had to teach the Army people how to make boom booms.
Oh my, that sounds like fighting words. You know what, if I had like a beautiful stencil right here with me, I could put, maybe tomorrow night when I come back on, I'll go and see if I can find a lacy stencil, like something that would be, you know what, I'm just trying to think here. Do I have, maybe tomorrow night I'll have to do that. I think I have a nice stencil that I could put on the top of it, but I would go completely all over the top of it. In the meantime, I'll show you what I was thinking for this. I don't have any books with me right here now, but basically with my little sweet gray, light gray, and you might see it as being a little light gray when I put some white with it, but this is what's gonna sit in the corner of my living room, like this. What do you guys think? Isn't that cute? Just to put in the corner. If you have a couple books you can put on it. If you have, I don't know, something like a little cute silver decoration or something like that to put with it would be really sweet. But just a little cheap $10, $12 stool and then put some flowers on it. And even though it's not perfect, listen, nothing is perfect in life, right? It's just perfect for us and we make the most out of it, right? So I've seen it right here. But because this is a smaller stool, when it's on the floor, you don't even see this brace because you are, you're looking at it from up here, right? So you can hide those things.
Let's put it this way, Chris. I heard this from somebody else that every spring and every fall, whenever things would fall off your walls, all your picture frames would fall off your walls around Fort Bragg. That was me from the 90s to the 2000s, so you're welcome. Do you remember who came in the store that one time and said, oh yeah, I remember you guys. Every spring, every fall, stuff would fall off my shelves.
Why does it not surprise me?
Well, I like to make an impression.
Oh, Indiana. Was she saying that she was in the military as well?
No, her husband was there for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
So, anyways.
Wow, well, thank him for his service.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Bragg was the closest place I ever came to dying.
It sounds like it.
Well, we were in 9 Megan drop zone. We were doing a little exercise, and nobody apparently told range control that the tanks were planning to do an exercise in that area too. So we almost all got ran over. Yeah.
So friends, I'm just wiping off my wax brush, and all I do is what I've showed you before. This is a light color, so it's really easy to clean. Before I came on, I cleaned it got the blue off of it from last night, from the blue pieces that we did. But what do you think? Easy peasy, right? Matt, do you like it?
I love it.
Do you love it?
I wouldn't say anything.
And this is our piece from last night. Look how cool. That blue goes really good with this right here as well. And then if you caught me on Facebook, I painted these with the leftover paint that we had. Right. Which turned out fabulous. We just need to go ahead and put some white candle holders in there.
It's stuck to metal.
And then I still have more of my bowl, so While Matt was in bed, I was down here still painting up and using everything I had, and I painted this little, I had painted it in gold one time before, and then I just went over it again, and Miss Petunia flaked off in a bunch of places like that, so I just gotta seal it, but yeah.
Deb says, were you ever at Fort Sill? I like to think Fort Sill was a bad reoccurring nightmare from time to time. Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
That's where I went to school
Really?
several times.
Oh, I did you hear you say that?
Yeah, Fort Sill.
Yep, and then he met me.
Yep.
And then I had to save his life and keep him in line, people.
Yep.
Amy says her hub went to boot camp. It's like 5 hours, from where you live. Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys can, because I know that, you guys go to boot camp all over, right? Isn't there like different sections?
Yeah, Marine Corps goes San Diego and Paris Island, but Army goes different.
Huh.
Like when I was in Fort Sill, there was people going to boot camp in Fort Sill.
Yeah.
But I was there for different schools. So.
Nice. All right, what do you think, peoples? What do you think? I think we did a great job on that. I gotta take a picture of this one tomorrow now. So yay! So this was last night, this was tonight. So that's 2 colors. Let's see here.
Remember what was the most important thing I always told you about Fort Sill, Carly?
No.
Is I had to, we had to go to Wichita Falls, Texas to buy full strength beer because they only sold 2% beer in Oklahoma. My son is a dental mentor there, and he thinks it's a nightmare too.
I'm sure they could have long, good conversations. So real quick, this was the blue that we have. This is the Neptune. And this is the color that we used tonight on this piece right here, just to kind of show you. It's just a gray. And then, I can't wait to use these colors. You guys have been asking me to paint with the greens, which I will. This is pistachio, right? Rashonda, I have a end stand I'm gonna do tomorrow night. Look at the 3 colors right there. You can really see them together. Love it.
So what are we doing tomorrow night? Everybody's recalling their time in Lawton, Oklahoma and Fort Sill.
Oh gosh. Is it bringing back memories?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean, I will not pay for the therapy.
Miss Petunia's Tutu, Gypsy Rose, and Unicorn Tail. Gonna be good. So those are the rest of the colors that we have to paint with. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, as we get to play a little bit. And for me, it's kind of twofold. I get to paint stuff from my home. I get to take pictures for the website of all the different colors because you guys like to see it on furniture. And, we get to hang out. I get to keep the stuff and make some beautiful, beautiful creations. Yeah, that color sold out today. So absolutely, it went quick. A lot of you guys have been asking us, will we consider writing on. So those of you who don't use the milk paint, I have not yet tried, but you should. I could have painted this in blue and it would have stuck just fine, right? So, but a lot of you guys have been asking if we would consider making this color in our other line of paint, and we are definitely considering it. So let's wait to see what happens. Thanks, Kim. Good night to you too. Love you back. Sending you love. Sending love to everybody at the Banana Bunch family here who joined us. And if you're catching us on replay, we love you too. Thanks for being here. So hopefully you had a good time. We'll be back again tomorrow. We're doing 10 makeovers in 10 days, doing it live. So if you just want some chit chat, hang out for a little bit, have a good time, come back again tomorrow.
And I'll tell you the story about the best sandwich shop in the world is actually in Lawton, Oklahoma. I hope it's still there.
Really?
Yes. Munchies.
That
Remember
sounds
I told
good.
you about that Munchies?
Yeah.
It was running.
I've never been to Oklahoma.
It was a Cuban family, and it was a guy and his 2 sons. They used to, and it was the best. They had the best sandwiches ever.
Sometimes it's the most simple things that's the most wonderful. All right, friends, I'll see you again tomorrow night. And we're taking the birthday boy, our son Riley. He turns the big 2-0 tomorrow, so we're taking him out for some fun. And as much fun as we can find, right? We'll probably just involve some good food and some good times. And we'll tell you all about it again tomorrow night. And we'll do another project tomorrow night with one of the other colors. And I have an end stand that I want to paint. So it'll probably be the end stand tomorrow night. I also have some chairs back here that I'm going to work on. I also got these at a thrift store. I just took the seat off to redo, but aren't they beautiful? Aren't they just gorgeous? I love the carvings in them. But of course, they're, there's if you saw them up close, you know, it definitely would either be a redo project because they've seen a lot of life. But you know me, we're just gonna paint them. So stay tuned because I think I have either 2 or 3 of those, and I'm going to recover them and do all that good stuff. All right. Oh, can we buy the jewelry? So tomorrow I'll start doing the measuring of them. And maybe tomorrow night I'll even just like, if I don't get them on my website, tomorrow night, that's not a bad idea. You know, now that I think about it, is that when we go live is I could like take a handful out as we go. Do you know what I mean? For those of you who want to start buying them before I get them on the website, we could do that as well and show you them one at a time. Kind of do a bit of a live sale of them in amongst our video. So I'll consider doing that tomorrow night as well. But now that we have our measuring stick, we can tell you what sizes we got. So that'll be a good thing, right? Whether it fits on your big toe or your pinky. All right, see you tomorrow night, my friends.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.